we're not just a bunch of white people coming in for 2 weeks to spoil you and then leave. We had to establish when we got there that we would also hold them to high standards and be disciplinarians to an extent if we need to, and that we were there to celebrate them but also to teach them and to work with them, and then coming back it established that this was going to be an ongoing thing, and we're going to be a part of their lives.
It's really arts as an empowerment tool. You know, one of the cruelest ironies in the history of civilization, about a minute after 1994, that was the year that apartheid ended, HIV took over.
They're teenagers, and they're like teenagers.
So there's like the ego.
There's that, but there's also the boy-girl thing. And when we were there, we had a really interesting conversation about the way the boys pick on and bully the girls, and how the girls are too. The guys thought the girls were too gossipy, and the girls were saying they were gossiping about the boys because they were being mean. It was like, but this was the dynamic that they were living with. They lived with each other.
It was in my storytelling class. Her mother had a boy by another man who lived in another city, and when the boy turns 13, there's a ceremony where he becomes a man, and she was so excited because she was going to that ceremony, and then he was going to come live with them. And I thought, I know where this becoming a man is going. I know exactly where it's going. And it went there in such a brutal kind of, and unbelievably well written too. It was sort of, a startling depiction of a kind of abuse that is just,
Whose story was this?
It was the girl telling it, who's now 17. And then her parents die of AIDS, both of them, and then he's the head of the household.
And with the little kids, a lot of them they have a lot of energy. They're little kids. They're not like American little kids in that they don't fight back. They don't argue back.
They don't talk back to you, ever. They're fundamentally respectful.
And we're excited this year, Kobe, who you guys will meet, he was passionate last year about teaming up with South African teaching artists when we were there, which is really exciting, and the more we all talked about it, we realized it feeds into our mission and continues the progress we've made in establishing that we are returning. And not only are we returning, but we're returning and we're not bringing you some untangible thing that only we can provide to you as Americans. It's like, no, we're collaborating, very much a collaboration with artists in South Africa, your home, where you come from. That this isn't some esoteric gift that we bring that only Americans have.
This has been seeming very unreal to me, and that always makes me anxious, and tonight it began to feel real.